In a world where we're glued to our phones, tablets, and endless streams of information, the thought of eternal peace might sound a little dull. Take Steve Jobs, for example, a man who revolutionized the way we connect with the world through electronic devices. His life was all about innovation, constant movement, and pushing the boundaries of technology. But if someone like him, who thrived on endless stimulation, were to find himself in the afterlife, where time as we know it no longer exists, would he be bored? The truth is, many people who have had near-death experiences describe something quite different. What if the afterlife offers fulfillment beyond the endless distractions of Earth? In this video, we'll explore what near-death experiences reveal about how we spend our time after we cross over. Could it be a place of creative purpose and deep connection, far from the boredom we fear? Let's find out. The addiction to devices on Earth. Our modern lives are dominated by screens. Every time we're bored, we instinctively reach for our devices, scrolling through social media, watching endless videos, or diving into another binge-worthy show. We're constantly searching for the next hit of stimulation, trying to outrun the quiet moments. But here's the big question. If we're so used to this fast-paced, always connected life, could the afterlife feel dull in comparison? But what if the afterlife offers something even better? Imagine a place where you don't need a screen to feel connected. A place where time doesn't drag on endlessly, and instead you experience a kind of peace and fulfillment that no app or device could ever provide. Sounds intriguing, right? Those who've had near-death experiences describe something far more captivating than we can imagine. So what have they seen? What have they felt? Could the afterlife hold the ultimate answer to our restless, overstimulated minds? Let's dive into the stories of those who've come back to tell us. Famous people's near-death experiences. What do they reveal about the afterlife? When it comes to glimpses of the afterlife, some of the most compelling stories come from people you've heard of. Actors, musicians, and innovators who've crossed the line between life and death, only to return with vivid descriptions of what they saw on the other side. These aren't just stories of bright lights and peaceful feelings. They offer profound insights into the afterlife and suggest that boredom may be the last thing we need to worry about. Sharon Stone's near-death experience, A Vortex of Love. In 2001, actress Sharon Stone experienced a brain hemorrhage that nearly ended her life. During that terrifying event, she felt herself leaving her body, ascending into what she described as a giant vortex of light. But this wasn't a dull, empty space. Stone was enveloped by a profound sense of love, peace, and connection. She didn't encounter a void of nothingness. Instead, it was a state of being so filled with energy and warmth that the concept of boredom simply didn't exist. Stone's insight. The afterlife isn't about doing, it's about feeling. And the feeling is unlike anything we experience on Earth. If pure love and peace fill every moment, would we even miss the distractions of our digital lives? Actress Jane Seymour had a near-death experience during a severe illness. She describes being pulled toward a bright light, feeling completely unafraid. But it wasn't just the light that stood out. It was the sense of connection to everything around her. Time seemed to stop, and instead of needing constant stimulation, she was overwhelmed by the beauty and oneness of it all. Seymour's insight. In the afterlife, the relentless ticking of the clock vanishes, and with it, the need for constant activity. The joy comes not from what you do, but from simply being, fully present, fully connected. Donald Sutherland, known for his iconic roles in Hollywood, experienced his own brush with death when he contracted meningitis in 1979. Sutherland described feeling himself leave his body and move through a warm tunnel of light. He wasn't concerned with where he was going or what was next. Instead, he was consumed by a feeling of utter peace and comfort. There was no urgency, no need to do anything. It was a moment of pure acceptance and warmth. Sutherland's insight. The afterlife, as Sutherland experienced it, isn't about chasing goals or ticking off a to-do list. It's about immersion in a state of contentment, where boredom doesn't even come into play. Though not technically a near-death experience, Steve Jobs, someone who spent his entire life in the world of technology and constant innovation, left us with a fascinating final clue. As he lay on his deathbed, his last words were, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow." While we can only speculate on what he saw in those final moments, it's tantalizing to think that someone who spent his life consumed by devices and progress might have glimpsed something far more wondrous than any technology could create. Jobs. Insight. Even for a man who thrived on stimulation, his final moments suggest that what lies beyond this life could be more awe-inspiring than anything we can experience here. Betty Eadie's near-death experience, a realm of learning and growth. Betty Eadie, author of Embraced by the Light, had one of the most detailed and talked about near-death experiences. In her near-death experience, she described a place where souls continue to learn and evolve. Far from being static or boring, the afterlife is a realm where intellectual and spiritual growth are ongoing. Beings of light engaged in purposeful activities, constantly learning about the universe and each other. Eadie's insight was profound. The afterlife is not a passive state. It's filled with opportunities for growth and exploration. It's not about being entertained, but about deepening your understanding of existence. These famous individuals, each from different walks of life, describe the afterlife as a place beyond time, beyond the need for endless activity. Whether it's Sharon Stone's vortex of love, Jane Seymour's timeless connection, or Donald Sutherland's warm embrace of peace, their stories suggest that the afterlife isn't a place where boredom even makes sense. Instead, it seems to offer a deeper, more profound sense of fulfillment than our modern device-driven world ever could. So as we question whether we might be bored in the afterlife, these accounts give us something to think about. Perhaps the eternal isn't about constant stimulation, but about discovering a state of being that transcends anything we know on earth. The exciting adventures awaiting us in the afterlife, exploring the universe through near-death experience stories. What if the afterlife isn't a place of static peace, but rather a boundless realm where exploration and discovery never end? Imagine stepping into a new existence where you can travel through the stars, explore hidden knowledge, and visit otherworldly realms you never dreamed possible. It may sound like the plot of a science fiction movie, but according to countless near-death experiences, it's a reality that awaits us on the other side. So, what have these incredible near-death experience stories told us? Get ready, because the afterlife is far from boring. It's a cosmic adventure waiting to unfold. A universe to explore, journeying through the stars. Many people who've had near-death experiences report soaring through the vast expanse of the universe. Imagine leaving your physical body behind and finding yourself surrounded by the infinite beauty of the cosmos. You're not bound by gravity, time, or distance. You can move anywhere in an instant. Planets, stars, galaxies, they're all within reach, waiting to be explored. One famous near-death experience story comes from Eben Alexander, a neurosurgeon who had a profound experience during a coma. He describes floating through space, travelling through the universe, and witnessing worlds beyond anything we could imagine here on Earth. His journey showed him that the universe is alive with colour, energy, and life. There's no limit to where you can go or what you can discover. Now imagine this. What if, after we pass, we could spend our eternity exploring these distant realms? Not only could we visit far-off galaxies, but we might also uncover the mysteries of black holes, visit other dimensions, or even witness the creation of new worlds. It's a universe without limits, and it's all there for us to explore. The Infinite Library, a realm of knowledge. But it doesn't stop there. Some NDE experiences talk about entering vast celestial libraries, repositories of knowledge that hold the answers to everything. These libraries don't just contain books as we know them, but entire lifetimes of experiences, cosmic wisdom, and even the secrets of the universe itself. Imagine standing in front of endless shelves, each one containing the history of a different planet, species, or soul. Daniel Brinkley, a well-known NDE survivor, shares his experience of visiting a heavenly library filled with books of light. These weren't just ordinary books. Each one revealed deep truths about the universe and the nature of life itself. You could see the past, present, and future unfold before your eyes. It's like having access to the ultimate cosmic encyclopedia, where you can study the mysteries of existence and beyond. Wouldn't it be exciting to step into a place like that? A place where knowledge is limitless, where you could learn about everything from the origins of life on Earth to the most advanced civilizations across the cosmos. And it's not just reading. Some NDE survivors say that in these libraries, you don't simply read information, you experience it. You live through the events and understand them from a higher perspective. Exploring different worlds, far beyond Earth. Many who've had NDEs describe travelling to worlds that are completely different from our own. Some talk about planets with landscapes and beings beyond our imagination, vibrant, lush environments, or places with technology far more advanced than what we have on Earth. Betty Eady, who had one of the most detailed NDEs, described being shown other worlds where life existed. These worlds weren't like Earth. Some were more evolved spiritually, while others were in the early stages of life. But in every case, the beings there were working toward their own spiritual growth, much like us. Imagine stepping into these worlds, learning from their inhabitants, and understanding new ways of living and being. Are we alone in the universe? According to many NDE experiencers, the answer is a resounding no. Not only are we part of a much larger cosmic family, but in the afterlife we may have the chance to visit these otherworldly civilizations ourselves. The limitless possibilities of the afterlife. These stories from NDE survivors suggest that the afterlife is anything but boring. Instead of being bound to a single place, it's a realm where exploration is not only possible, it's encouraged. Whether you're travelling through galaxies, learning from a celestial library, or visiting other worlds, the possibilities seem endless. What would you do if you had the chance to explore the universe without limits? Would you visit far-off planets or uncover ancient wisdom in a divine library? Would you dive into the mysteries of existence, learning everything there is to know about the cosmos? The afterlife, according to these NDEs, is a place of infinite discovery, where you can fulfill your deepest curiosities and embark on the greatest adventure imaginable. So, while some might fear the afterlife as a place of boredom, these incredible NDE stories suggest it's the exact opposite. A cosmic playground where your soul can soar, discover, and learn for eternity. Who wouldn't want to be a part of that? Knowing everything, the ultimate revelation in the afterlife. One of the most profound revelations from near-death experiences, NDEs, is the sense that all the answers we've ever sought will finally be revealed to us. Imagine arriving in the afterlife and suddenly everything makes sense. You understand your life's purpose, why certain events unfolded the way they did, and the meaning behind your biggest struggles and triumphs. Many NDE survivors report an overwhelming sense of clarity during their experiences. Steve Jobs' final words, "Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow," seem to hint at this moment of revelation, as if in his final moments he glimpsed something extraordinary beyond the physical world. Could it be that in the afterlife we are given access to the truth behind all the mysteries that plagued us during our time on Earth? Betty Eady, who shared one of the most detailed NDE accounts, described feeling as though she suddenly understood everything: the complexities of the universe, the purpose behind every life, and the interconnectedness of all souls. It all made sense, she said. I understood it perfectly. What if, when we cross over, we're not just exploring the universe, we're also receiving the answers to every question we've ever had? Why did I go through this hardship? What was my life's purpose? What is the meaning of everything I've experienced? The afterlife, as described by those who've glimpsed it, offers not just eternal peace, but an instant connection to universal knowledge. It's as if a veil is lifted, and you're finally able to see the bigger picture of your soul's journey. Imagine the freedom of knowing everything, of having every question resolved, and understanding the true nature of existence. In this realm, there's no need to endlessly search for answers. They are all around you. Reuniting with loved ones and soul connections. Many people who've had NDEs describe heartwarming reunions with family, friends, and even soul guides they didn't know in this lifetime. These connections are described as deeply emotional and transformative, offering reassurance that our relationships and bonds continue in the afterlife. Famous NDE stories like those of Anita Moorjani and Dr. George Ritchie share the profound sense of love and belonging that accompanies these reunions. Imagine meeting with those who have passed before you, not only to reconnect, but to see how their journeys intertwine with your own. It's said that in the afterlife, we can communicate instantly and understand each other perfectly. No more misunderstandings, no more barriers, just pure connection and love. The afterlife is anything but boring. So, will we be bored in the afterlife? Based on countless NDEs, the answer is a resounding no. Far from being a static eternal rest, the afterlife appears to be a realm of infinite exploration, discovery, and connection. Whether we're travelling through the vast universe, diving into celestial libraries of knowledge, or reuniting with loved ones and understanding our life's purpose, it's clear that there's so much to look forward to. For those who worry that an eternity without devices and constant stimulation will be dull, NDE survivors remind us that the afterlife offers something far more meaningful: endless possibilities, profound wisdom, and the deep sense of knowing and love that we all long for. It's a place where curiosity never ends, and the mysteries of the universe unfold before you. In the afterlife, you won't be searching for distractions. You'll be beginning the greatest adventure of your existence. So, if you've ever wondered what comes next, take heart. The best is yet to come.